are here. I do not know how long we're going to be up here with this one. All right. I don't know how long we're going to be. I just know I got to get up here and talk about this. Let's just chat, everybody. Let's just chat. Let those notifications go out. We are here. I am Michelle Dickey. I am Michelle Dickey, your host for CHA's Let's Just Chat show, streaming on the YouTube channel Narcissism and Cognitive Dissonance. That's right. Where I am Michelle Dickey. Trauma healing and spiritual growth are front and center while combating radio frequencies for healthier living. All right, everybody. So, yeah, let those notifications go out. I see y'all coming in. So, yes, we did. We are just letting our hair grow natural. We did not use the hair blower or anything, trying to hair care, part of self-care. Remember, self-care is mandatory in God's reality, okay? Don't forget that. You're going to hear more about that, okay? Self-care is very important in God's reality. And so I'm going to monitor the chat. Like I said here early on, I don't know how long this message is going to be. I guarantee it's not likely going to be for a whole hour today. But I want to get on here and talk about this because it's something that we have got to get in there. Okay, we have got to get that in there. And so, hello, everybody. Yes, listen, I know a lot of y'all will catch this on the replay. But we learned that a narcissist, this is why we listen to God when God said, be not partakers with them, the evildoers. Be not partakers with them because they will ruin your life. That's all they want to do is go out there and try and ruin whatever they can. They don't want to see you become successful. They don't want to see you improve. They don't want to see you change for the better. They don't want to see any of that. Okay. You're welcome. You'll have a Michelle cut, please. Okay, thank you. Yes, I have been keeping my own hair trimmed, by the way. As it continues to grow out once again. But anyway, narcissists will ruin your life. So we learn to get them out where possible. You want to be living as narcissist-free as possible. I understand the workplace is one thing. But in your personal life, and even at work, you keep your distance, right? You learn how to deal with those narcissists who are toxic coworkers. Okay, you learn how to deal with that, not just in the course at CHA Academy, btbw.com, but, life teaches us that when we see a narcissist and we know that they will stoop to no low, I mean, there's no low they won't go to try and ruin your life. I mean, the Jezebel case study sure did try. She tried to ruin mine, but it didn't work. See, on Chosen One, it's not going to work. They can't ruin our lives because God's favor is over our lives. God's protection is far stronger than whatever a narcissist can do or try to do. But it doesn't mean that the weapon won't form. It just means it won't prosper. Okay? And a narcissist, if they get the chance, they will ruin your life. They will ruin your life. They sabotage. That's how they'll do it, is try to sabotage. And I know that the Jezebel case study and her flying monkeys have tried to sabotage this ministry, but hello, we're going to continue to show up because we are a growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ, and there is nothing that can stop God. Nothing can stop God. Narcissists will try. Okay, they want to ruin other people's lives because they're miserable. Remember, misery loves company. They are miserable. They want others to be miserable with them in that low vibing comfort zone of theirs. When they're all cuckoo-luckoo. Because they are. Narcissists, they're insane, y'all. They are. And so once you understand that we have the power and authority, chosen one, to not allow them the chance, okay, to ruin anything, that's when you recognize and realize how powerful God really is. And we don't underestimate it. Absolutely not. Because narcissists exist just to carry out the agenda of the devil. They're on assignment to try and steal, kill, and destroy. Remember, I've got the playlist, The Agenda of a Narcissist, or The Agenda of Narcissist, right here on this YouTube channel. I highly encourage y'all to check those out. Got several parts to it and more coming, because the agenda of narcissists, they want to ruin your life. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to prosper. They don't want you to get God's inheritances. They don't want you to get anything that they perceive would be considered better. They don't want to see you rise to the top. But they can't stop any of it, but they will try to, and they will ruin your life. We learn not to let them. Remember the spiritual battle for the mind. The mind is the battleground. Okay, does the narcissist ruin your life by default because they are such train wrecks? Well, that could be one. Okay, they are so far gone mentally. They don't know anything else. They feel that their life has been ruined. So, you know, they have that mindset. Narcissists have this mindset of, well, if they can't have us, then no one can, right? So that's a psychopath mentality. So yeah, their lives, and they are train wrecks themselves. So of course they want everyone else to be. So yeah, you could say that they will ruin your life by default because of their own ruined lives. Or so they perceive it as such. And they also, well, they ruin your life by, well, the planning and plotting against you, that's part of their sabotage routine. They want to try to sabotage whatever they can. That's why the devil needs to try and infiltrate whatever he can. Okay? And we learn not to let them in. Don't let them in. For those who haven't heard this yet, there was a delivery person, okay, who, you know, I've been nice to, of course, because chosen ones were nice like that, and testing the spirit by the spirit. And he was claiming to be a believer like us, and to be thinking positive, like, because I'm doing a little bit of coaching here, and because he was sharing how his day was going and stuff like that, so I provide a little bit of that positive coaching. And right, he was trying to, that's right, give them an inch and they take a mile. And so when he offered to help carry some books inside my room, I thought, well, okay, you know. And remember, God said, if the enemy asks for something to drink, right? Okay, well, he asked for, if I had a bottle of water that he could have. Sure. Because he also asked for a kiss, and I said no. And then it wasn't a few weeks later after that, that's when I realized, okay, I see what we're dealing with here. And yeah, he was trying to get fresh. And I said no. And he tried to get my attention by showing up uninvited, knocking on the door. When I looked out the peephole and saw who it was, I said, because I wasn't expecting a delivery that day. In fact, I didn't have anything out for delivery at that time. And then a couple more weeks went by. He tried again. I still did not answer the door. I did not open it. Nope. Now, eventually, I don't know, God removes. Once I realized he was a narcissist, don't let him in again. Don't let him in like that. Because God tells us, if the enemy asks for a drink, give him something to drink. Because when you do that, you will reap coals of fire on their head. That's spiritual. Okay, everybody? And so, it is a little bit warm out there. So if you see me over here sweating a little bit, that's all right, because detox, right? We're still detoxing just a little bit. But they are. Okay, narcissists are definitely spiteful. Let me get something cold there. They're spiteful. Now, as long as we learn not to let them back in, once we've identified them as such. Yeah, I got a little tickle going on there. But, yeah, it was very creepy of him to return. Right, and I had no packages being delivered, and he was trying to, but see, narcissists do that. Narcissists, well, because they want to try to ruin your good vibe. They want to try to ruin, as soon as they smell positivity, they're attracted to it because it's unfamiliar to them, but they don't know how to handle it. So that's why I tell y'all, stay positive, stay upbeat. They ain't going to stick around for long. They're not going to stick around long. But if I hadn't have seen through that dude's behaviors, being a narcissist, if I hadn't seen through that and let him in, well, then that would be on me. And he could have tried to ruin this ministry. In fact, there's been a few Jezebels I've come across. And sometimes it takes a couple minutes. I got the windows down a little bit, but we're going to have to turn them. We're going to have to roll those up just a bit. Because you know how we are up in here. But I had to, yeah, I don't know. It's not hot outside. It's not hot outside. But my interior of the car, dark colors, yeah. And then, of course, you got to remember my own body heat as we're detoxing. So I did find out that does contribute. Yep, my own body's internal heat contributes. Okay, as we're talking and doing and things like that, because as we're still going through the detox. So if I'm sweating, that doesn't mean that it's hot outside. Oh. It just means that, well, I mean, it's that time of year, but I'm going to try to remember to bring my fan. I do have a little fan that I can bring in here. And but I really am trying to cut out as much background noise as possible. But here we are. All right, you all. And like I said, if it does it again, you know, I'm going to come back. You know, but I don't know. Honestly, the sun's not shining on the dash, so I don't know. All I can figure is that it's me. So I don't know. I don't know if Florida is similar to Los Angeles temperatures or not. All I do know is that my own body heat, okay, is contributing to the internal heat. So we've got this open just a little bit. But yeah, given the chance, narcissists will ruin your life, okay, or they'll try to. And they'll do it through a number of ways of sabotaging. And you can go ahead and say whenever the phone heats up like that, you know, it is a safety mechanism. I get that. And it's a good one to have. But after 50, it just, when I think about all the other things that could be at play there with the phone heating up, 15 minutes or so after going live, usually it takes a little bit longer if it's going to do that. But, well, there's a lot of things to consider as to when it'll do that. But you can say that that would be the digital narcissist trying to sabotage our live stream. So I highly encourage y'all, if you are catching these things on the replay, and you come to a spot where it does that for a few minutes, hang tight. We're going to be back. Because I'm not going to leave y'all hanging like that. I'm not just going to go, well, then, blah, you know, because the narcissist would do that. No, I'm going to come back. So I thank y'all for your patience. You know, it's just the phone had to cool down in order for me to come back, to get back on. But narcissists, and I said in the beginning, I didn't know how long this message was going to be anyway, but narcissists will definitely ruin your life if you let them. Okay, so I was giving you all that story early on to illustrate how important it is to not let them back in. Once you have identified, when you test the spirit by the spirit, you have identified, oh, okay, you know what? They're trying to go too far. They're a narcissist. They're trying to take advantage, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to weasel their way into your world or what have you. Kind of sense that. Once you do that, and you've identified that they're a narcissist, it's up to us to not allow them back in once we catch on to what they're doing. Because we know that given the chance, they will try to ruin our lives. They'll try to ruin our ministries. They'll try to ruin whatever it is they possibly can, because they cannot stand to see others happy, others being successful. No, they can't stand it. So if they have access to us as we are prospering, yeah, you don't want them to have access to us like that. So we're the chosen one. We got the power and authority on the inside of us from God to not allow them access to us. Okay? Like that. So that we don't give them the chance. Like that Jezebel case study, you all. Once I did the forensic analysis and I knew that she spiked my drink and physically assaulted me, once I knew that, yeah, she dragged me down a set of carpeted stairs. And for those who haven't heard it yet, yeah, dragged somebody down or even whatever, down a set of carpeted stairs. But yet my body had 0 carpet burns. Duh. Oh yeah, I had a nice talk with the doctor. He was like, oh. You know, and then y'all got to remember, you know, God, okay? Don't underestimate God. And so I know exactly what she did. I see the pattern, bruises, when they started showing up, patterns. Y'all gonna think this is crazy as hell, but I'm gonna tell you right now, because on my glutes, oh yeah, I talk more about that on the Patreon channel, but it's really intriguing though, because it's a great self-discovery to learn how important those muscles are. But I saw the pattern. Yes, I saw the bruise pattern. And so I put my leg together. I'm looking in the mirror. And that's what I'm saying. They'll try to ruin you. Okay? Narcissists will try to ruin you. But I saw the pattern of a toilet seat cover. That's right. Toilet seat cover right here at the top of the belly. And that goes all the way down to my upper inner thigh. That pattern. Like the one that's in the room I'm in. I measured it. I got the measuring tape out. And I said, that pattern. Seriously. So what she did, yes. After I was unconscious, right? After I passed out from her spiking my drink, right? After I passed out, that's one of the first things she did. She took a toilet seat, that shape, toilet seat, and she made an indentation, the bruising. I'm telling y'all, patterns tell a story. So I was like, what matches that? That pattern, so because that's, well, right, put a bruise there. And then you got a baby belly, right? And then that's, yeah, and she did it on the backside too. I found the pinched nerve and worked it out. Come on now. That's how well we learn. You know, when we know our body and God revealed to us, oh yeah, she sure did. She tried to ruin, yes, she tried to ruin this girl. She tried to ruin y'all's coach. She tried to ruin the ministry. Okay? But as you can see, it's not working because God restores by reversal. And so a lot of layers had to get peeled back for me to find that pattern. And so once I found that pattern, I said, oh, that makes sense. Because the devil is obsessed with our biological plumbing. Because that's how we get rid of toxins. Don't forget, I got a master's degree in forensic toxicology, y'all. Yeah. And so it doesn't take long for us to figure out exactly what she did with the physical assault. Okay? Everything that she did. We know all about it. That's right. All about it. We know. All the way down to using that toilet seat to... Right. there you go. The bruising all the way around here, because that'll, right. And so as magnesium gel, it works wonderfully. All right, now, well, it is bizarre. I know, with the toilet seat. I mean, duh. But when you think about the area, because I was like, okay, so do that on the front, and then also right on the back, front and back, it would throw, right, it throws the gluteal muscles off balance, and then it throws your whole digestive tract off balance. But it also, right, because I was like, man, that's so weird. It's like, I feel like my underwear is on backwards. Now I understand why, because, well, yeah, down in that area, because that the internal, right, the inflammation, the internal air, and the bruising that she put in place basically served as like a plug. And so what that did is it kind of made the front like as if my butt was here and this part was my butt, right? It made it appear as that, and that's how I felt there for a little while until we finally figured out, like, hold up a second. I said, this ain't jiving. And so when I realized, I said, what's that pattern? And I said, oh man, I got my measuring tape and I measured the toilet seat that's in my room, and I measured exactly about 2 1/4 inches all the way around with that bruise. And the exact pattern, like the back of the toilet seat here and then the front of the toilet seat. Seriously, right there. I was like, man, I said, that is bizarre. But that's exactly what it was. I had to match. I said, what? I said, man, that pattern's so familiar. And then I realized that what I was feeling back here, and then in my glute, yep, my glute muscle, exact same pattern back on the back side too. So there you go. It is crazy, but that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. These Jezebels, they are Looney Tunes. I mean, they are cuckoo luku, and that's why I said there is no low that they won't go. This is why we learned, don't let them back in. And so when I got to the house, got cleaned up and all that, got out of the hospital and stuff like that, and I loaded up my car and got the hell out of there because I knew better. I said, nah, she ain't getting a second chance to do anything else. You see? Yeah, I wasn't supposed to get away though, or at least not like that. But God, never underestimate the power of God. Okay, gonna Google the above question. Okay. I don't know. It doesn't have a temp sensor. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. No. There's no possible way. Okay, I know. I get your question. Okay, Chris? But forensically speaking, no. Biologically and forensically speaking, there is no way that she could have picked me up dead weight. Now, mind you, I'm not conscious, right? I'm passed out. She put GHB in my drink. That's a date rape drug. Very common. Very common. Okay? And so, yeah, it doesn't stay in your system for very long. That's why narcissists love that one. And she's physically weak. So there's no way 135 pound dead weight was she going to be able to pick up and put. But see, if you think of the toilet seat, okay, not the cover, just the seat itself. You can buy those at any just about everywhere. And that's what she did. She had a toilet seat, took the cover off. It was just the seat. And she used it, she laid it there, and she pressed on it. Remember, she was not physically strong. All she had to do was make the imprint. Because she knew, going forward, when I was able to get away, or what have you, that would be an underlying thing, and that I could make it worse based on how I moved and what I was doing and all of that, and not because I'm not supposed to know about all that. But see, glory be to God, I caught on to that bruising early on. I just got the confirmation recently. And so, that being said, yeah, no, there's no forensically speaking way that she could have picked me up, okay, and put me face down on the toilet seat in that exact area. My body don't bend like that, okay? Our bodies don't bend like that. No, because remember, in the spiritual, the rule was she was not allowed to break anything. See, God revealed that to me. She was not allowed to break anything because she's lazy. If she did that, then she would become responsible for taking care of me. She didn't want that responsibility. And glory be to God. So, right, she needed me to be able to get around because she needed me to try to make those bruises worse than they really are. Think about it, okay? But there's no way, because our body doesn't bend like that. And she knew that. So she had just the seat. And then when she finished whatever she was doing on the front of my body, after she got done beating my legs and my knees all the way down and using the vacuum cleaner to suck at my ankles and cause those bruises. Yeah! Okay, and then she flipped me over and she did the toilet seat thing also on the back. Push. Okay, because I traced the pattern. Right, because even with that, that means that this part of my body would have to fold upward. It don't work that way. For the patterns to be put exactly where they're at, she had the seat. She could not lift me up to put me on no daggone toilet to do that. Even if she had, the pattern would be very, very different and in different areas. And certainly not on the front, because the front of our body doesn't bend like that. Okay? You have to, yeah. So, and I can see why you would, with my front over the seat and then change position. I can see where you would think that, but no, that's not possible. No, she had the actual seat, and she used it as a weapon. Okay? And then 3 fingers, my armpits. I found the bruising, matching the pounding. Yep, right there in my armpit. All she had to do was push. Right there and there. That gives y'all a little bit more perspective over the last year and a half what we've been healing from. And that should be your inspiration, motivation to keep going, because we're not giving up. Like I keep telling y'all, bruises heal. You just got to be patient. You got to know they're there. Ice packing, self-care, eating right. There you go. Staying active, a little at a time. A little goes a long way. Yeah, because that's exactly what she tried to do. She tried to ruin yours truly, and she also tried to ruin this ministry. And that should tell y'all something. That should tell y'all a lot right there. All of us chosen one. When a narcissist tries to ruin us like that, in any capacity, that's confirmation that we are destined for great things. And that our calling is higher. We have a higher calling on our lives. Yeah, see, I know the Jezebels checked in. And as soon as I started telling them that I know exactly what she did with the toilet seat, I noticed they scurried right on out. I should tell you something. They know, she knows exactly what she did. I'm not supposed to know. But God. So, we got to keep going, but test that spirit by the spirit. And just know that narcissists will do things like that. They reach psychopath status. This is not to scare anybody. This is not to have y'all walking on eggshells. No. This is a reminder that narcissists are pure evil. And they're a Jezebel, and they'll go to those lengths to try to take one of us out. Oh, I know she had plans to try to hold me prisoner. God revealed that to me. I was like, oh, yeah, she was going to try to hold me prisoner. Because think about it, mess up my gluteal muscles, it's going to be very difficult to get up and down stairs, ain't it? Ding, 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 ding. Right. She was going to try to isolate me in one of them upstairs bedrooms. That's exactly what she was going to try to do. We're not stupid, y'all. Chosen ones are smart. Well, she tried to ruin this ministry. And she was going to try to ruin our lives. But yeah, she had to mess up my gluteal muscles and stuff. Because, Lord have mercy. She didn't want me to be able to get up and down them stairs. She wanted me to be isolated upstairs. And then, of course, she was going to try to torture. And we weren't, once we knew what we were up against, we were like, oh, hell no. Hell no. That's what I'm saying. When you identify that you're dealing with a narcissist and you're able to get away, and don't let them back in. Don't let them back in, because they will ruin your life. So we got to learn not to allow them to. And it's also a mindset. Because, oh yeah, I could have just wallowed away in a self-pity party and given up and given in. I could have looked for an easy fix. I could have looked for an easy street like a narcissist does for the healing. I could have run to all kinds of doctors, gotten put on all kinds of stuff, gotten misdiagnosed, oh yeah, with all kinds of stuff. But no, we trust God. We trust God 100% because we knew exactly what happened. See, once we know what happened, we know how to take care of ourselves, chosen one. What? Well, yeah, I know, but it's not a stupid question. But what was going through her mind, she knew exactly what she would do, and I just answered that for you. She was going to try to isolate me and keep me prisoner upstairs. That's exactly what she was going to try to do. I mean, why else? I mean, what? And, try to disfigure. Well, see, here's where she's so stupid, okay, is the fact that thinking that we wouldn't heal. Well, here's her big mishap, if you will, okay, where she really screwed up because she wasn't thinking. That's the thing. When that happened to her, oh yeah, God revealed it. I don't know, one of her narcissistic parents, most likely her dad. I don't know. I'm not going to be a false witness here, but it did happen to her. And it happened to her while she was going through puberty. See, when something like that happens to somebody going through puberty in their adolescent years, it can cause them to heal incorrectly, which is exactly what happened to her, because it came back to my remembrance, thank you, Holy Spirit, right? That when she came to help with our event at the flea market, yeah, I noticed how she got up from the chair, and she has somewhat of a waddle, if you will, and walking on the tops of her feet, not her heel. See, when you walk correctly, right, them heel muscles matter when it comes to the glutes. And she had a little bit of a waddle. Yep. And so I said, okay. So she healed incorrectly. And she was trying to do to me what was done to her. But here's a big reason why she screwed up. Not just because of God and my forensic knowledge, but I already went through puberty years ago. Meaning my body was already fully developed. Meaning that how it had healed is how it's going to heal again normally. There was no way, as long as I got away, there was no way that I was going to heal incorrectly, because A, God, and the awareness already of it, knowing what really happened. It's just a matter of time of peeling back those layers, go through the detox and all of that, and knowing, okay, and then I've got a little step, right? So I physical therapy of my own, because I paid attention throughout life. So we're good, one day at a time, aware, and just knowing, okay, that's why that's doing that. Okay, we good. And just getting locus of control of our muscles back, and then getting some nutrients in for muscle repair. Repair your muscles, repair your nerves. So there's all kinds of blessing in disguise from what happened. But there's also the biggest where she screwed up, hoping that I would heal incorrectly, because if you heal incorrectly, then your circulatory system, you're done. It's screwed up for life, which is what happened to her. So Psalm 44 verse 7 coming to mind right there. She's already been put to shame for hating us. So there you go. All right, that's that. But she was trying to ruin this ministry. So, right, okay, where his author broken and woman holds him captive. Okay, well, you know what? I would not be surprised if she got her ideas from one of the movies like that. Actually, Chris, torn muscles, not necessarily. Okay, if it was a torn muscle, I would know. But yeah, thankfully, no torn muscle. Because sore muscles, I'm not a stranger to. But, well, yeah, but not necessarily, because even torn muscle, they can heal, but you got to feed them creatine and other amino acids and things like that. Kind of like muscle building. So you'll need that supplementation, which is a large part of why we've got the protein powder and creatine we've got, is for muscle repair. So we don't have anything torn, because we would feel that by now. But we don't have anything torn. But you know when you've been working out, right? You know what it feels like to have a little bit of a sore muscle? Okay. Well, that's common. That's going to happen once things start to relax. Exactly. But you can guarantee that she was hoping for torn muscles, I'm sure. But no, you're right. Yeah, thankfully. But it doesn't necessarily mean they would have. They could have if you didn't know it. So there's your thing there. All right, once you're aware, it's all about that heightened awareness. Yeah, green vegetables and stuff like that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, in order to have a torn glute, there would have to be something a lot more extreme than what she did. Absolutely. I mean, you would have to really, seriously. So it's like, well, it kind of looked and felt there for a little while like I just had a really bad spanking. That's what it that's what it felt like. But we're good now. But yeah, so there you go. Okay, everybody, there you go. There's a lot that goes into all of that. But narcissists, they will try to ruin you if you let them. That's the key right there, if you let them. Okay? So don't let them. Once you identify that they are a narcissist, don't let them in. Okay? And then don't let them back in. All right, where possible. So you have the power and authority, chosen one, to not let them back in. All right, so thank you for allowing me to share that with you all. And just to help you put it in perspective as to the fact that there's no low that these narcissists won't go to try to ruin other people that they feel is a threat, they're jealous of, they hate, whatever. You know, a Jezebel. Okay? So we learn not to let them. Don't let them in our world. Don't let them in our life. Now, if you have to co-parent with one or you are co-working, you know, you know what to do. Work it out with God. All right, everybody, sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your continued support. Till next time, let's show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father, and you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.